Apple fans, a major new leak is suggesting that the iPhone 18 Pro could become far more expensive than anyone expected, but not because of the hardware. While Apple may keep the starting price unchanged, the real story could be hidden behind a growing ecosystem of AI subscriptions, cloud services, and premium features that users may eventually have to pay for. As Apple gears up for WWDC and the future rollout of iOS 27 alongside the iPhone 18 Pro, reports indicate that the company is facing increasing pressure from rising component costs and the enormous expenses associated with artificial intelligence. The smartphone industry is already dealing with higher prices for memory, storage, and advanced semiconductor manufacturing, and AI is only making the situation more complicated. Powerful AI features require more advanced chips, additional memory, larger storage capacities, and vast cloud computing infrastructure. All of these factors contribute to a growing cost burden that manufacturers must somehow absorb or pass on to consumers. For years, Apple has successfully maintained premium pricing while delivering strong profit margins. However, the AI era is changing the economics of smartphones. Unlike traditional software features that can run directly on the device, modern AI systems often rely on powerful cloud servers capable of processing billions of calculations in real time. Every AI request costs money. Every generated response consumes computing resources. Every advanced Siri interaction requires infrastructure operating behind the scenes, and according to multiple industry observers, that hidden infrastructure could become one of the most expensive parts of future iPhones. At first glance, buyers may not notice any difference. Current expectations suggest Apple will launch the iPhone 18 Pro at approximately $1,099. Matching the expected starting price of the iPhone 17 Pro. Maintaining that price would allow Apple to market the new device as a familiar upgrade without introducing sticker shock. Given the uncertainty in the global economy and increasing competition from Android manufacturers, keeping the price stable would also help Apple maintain momentum during launch. However, analysts believe Apple could be sacrificing some of its hardware profits to achieve that goal, instead of immediately raising prices. Apple may choose to absorb higher production costs during the launch period. The company has historically prioritized strong first-year sales because successful launches strengthen its ecosystem and encourage upgrades across its product lineup. In other words, Apple may be willing to make slightly less money on each iPhone sale if it can generate more revenue later through services and subscriptions, and that's where the real story begins. Artificial intelligence is rapidly becoming the centerpiece of the smartphone experience. Just a few years ago, AI features were mostly experimental. Today, they are becoming essential selling points. Companies are advertising AI-powered photography, AI writing tools, AI search capabilities, AI productivity assistants, AI-generated summaries, AI image creation, and intelligent personal assistants that can understand context and natural language. Consumers are increasingly expecting these capabilities to be built into their devices. Apple understands this shift. The company's Apple Intelligence Initiative is designed to bring advanced AI features directly into the iPhone ecosystem. Apple has repeatedly emphasized privacy as a major differentiator, introducing private cloud compute as a way to process complex AI requests while protecting user data. On paper, it sounds ideal. Users receive powerful AI tools without sacrificing privacy, but there is a challenge: building and maintaining the infrastructure required to support these services is extraordinarily expensive, unlike traditional apps that run entirely on a phone. Advanced AI systems require massive data centers filled with specialized processors. These facilities consume enormous amounts of electricity and require constant upgrades. The costs continue even after a device has been sold. This means Apple faces a new economic reality. Every AI feature that becomes popular potentially creates ongoing expenses that last for years after the original iPhone purchase, and that challenge may have pushed Apple toward one of the most surprising developments in this leak. According to recent reports, Apple may be working closely with Google to strengthen the AI capabilities of future iPhones. That possibility has shocked many observers. For years, Apple and Google have been fierce competitors in the smartphone market. While the companies maintain certain partnerships, they are ultimately battling for control of the future mobile ecosystem. Yet reports suggest Apple may rely on Google's Gemini AI technology and cloud infrastructure to help power future versions of Siri and Apple Intelligence, if accurate. This could represent one of the most significant strategic shifts in Apple's recent history. The reason is simple: Apple needs AI expertise, and it needs it quickly. While Google spent years developing Gemini and integrating AI deeply throughout Android, Apple was slower to embrace generative AI. During that same period, competitors aggressively invested billions of dollars into machine learning, large language models, and cloud computing infrastructure. As a result, many industry experts believe Apple entered the AI race later than its biggest rivals. That doesn't mean Apple cannot catch up. In fact, Apple has a long history of entering markets late and then refining products into polished experiences. The original iPhone wasn't the first smartphone. The Apple Watch wasn't the first smartwatch. AirPods weren't the first wireless earbuds. Apple often waits until technology matures before introducing its own version. However, AI may be moving too quickly for that strategy alone. Reports suggest Apple explored multiple solutions before potentially reaching agreements involving Google's AI technologies. Such a partnership could provide immediate access to world-class AI models while Apple continues building its own systems behind the scenes for users. The benefits could be substantial. Future Siri versions could become dramatically more conversational. They could better understand context, remember previous interactions, perform complex tasks, and compete directly with Google Gemini and other advanced AI assistants. The dream of a truly intelligent Siri may finally become reality, but there is a catch. Google's services are not free. Running advanced AI models costs enormous amounts of money. Every cloud request generates expenses. Every interaction processed by Google's infrastructure represents another cost that Apple must account for. Initially, Apple may absorb these expenses. The company has the financial resources to do so, but investors typically expect large technology companies to eventually monetize expensive services. That brings us to what could become the biggest change in the iPhone business model: subscriptions. Over the last decade, Apple has transformed itself from a hardware company into a services powerhouse. Products such as Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, iCloud Plus, Apple Arcade, Apple Fitness Plus, and Apple One have become increasingly important sources of recurring revenue. Services generate predictable income. Investors love predictable income, and AI may become the next major category within that strategy. Many analysts believe Apple Intelligence could eventually follow a familiar pattern. First, advanced AI features may be offered free of charge. Apple may provide generous trial periods, particularly for customers purchasing new iPhones. This approach would encourage adoption while helping users become dependent on AI-powered capabilities over time. However, premium tiers could emerge. Basic AI functions might remain free, while more advanced capabilities require a subscription. Imagine enhanced Siri conversations, advanced writing assistants, professional-grade AI image editing, personalized productivity tools, smart scheduling assistants, complex research capabilities, premium cloud processing. These features could gradually become part of a paid ecosystem. Apple would likely avoid calling it an AI tax. Instead, the company could bundle everything into Apple One. This strategy would make the additional cost feel less obvious. Consumers might subscribe for music, video streaming, cloud storage, and other benefits while receiving AI features as part of the package. From Apple's perspective, this approach offers multiple advantages. First, it increases recurring revenue. Second, it strengthens ecosystem lock-in. Third, it reduces the visibility of individual service costs. A customer paying one monthly subscription may not focus on how much of that fee is actually supporting AI functionality. This model has already proven successful across numerous industries. Cloud storage followed a similar path. Initially, users received generous free storage allocations. Eventually, those free tiers became insufficient as photos, videos, and applications consumed more space. Today, millions of consumers pay monthly fees for storage they once expected to receive at no additional cost.